back to Curbside Camp. Miss Panda here, and today we're going to be making seashell mosaics. So in your bag, you should have assorted colors of construction paper, a bag of seashells, and some nice colored glass, and then a thing of glue. So what you want to do first, or what I'm going to do first, is I'm going to choose whatever color I want the background of my mosaic to be. And I choose purple. Purple is my favorite color. And then you can do this any way you want, but before I glue anything down, I'm gonna decide what design I wanna make. So I was thinking about this all night last night, and I decided I wanna make like a sea, kind of like looking out at the ocean from the beach. So I'm gonna make like a sea ocean scene. You can do whatever you like. If you wanna do a sea creature, I've seen really cool seahorses. If you wanna do like underwater photo with like seaweed and anemones and stuff like that. But I'm just gonna do like a seascape. So I'm gonna make a big mess with this and dump them all out. And then I'm just gonna start laying them out where I want them to be. You can move things around afterwards. That's why I'm not using my glue yet, right? So I wanna like try a couple of things out, and then once I have them all placed where I want, I'll go through and I'll glue them on. So now that I've got the layout of my mosaic down, I'm gonna start gluing the pieces on. So as you are gluing things, it's cool to know where some of your supplies comes from. So seashells are actually the exoskeletons of a group of animals called mollusks. So in this group of animals, there are octopi, sea snails, regular snails, turtles, things like that have exoskeletons that also live in like wet, moist environments. A lot of people think that hermit crabs are a kind of mollusk, but they're actually not. They use the shells of dead mollusks to kind of create their home and use as a form of protection. So a really cool fact about hermit crabs is that when a hermit crab happens upon a shell and they've grown out of the shell they already have, they'll try it on. And if it doesn't fit, they will go in search of another one. And a lot of the times hermit crabs will create a line behind a new shell. And if it doesn't fit, they'll keep passing it down the line until they find a crab that it fits. And then it'll continue on. So they really like to share their little homes that they find, which is really cool. Another cool fact about seashells is if you ever go to the beach and you're standing on the sand, sand is doesn't like allow things to degrade. It's not biodegradable. A lot like dirt. If you bury something outside in the dirt and the nutrients in the dirt will slowly break it down. But sand is actually just ground up shells. So there's no minerals or anything in it like that allow things to break down. So if you were to take an apple and go outside and bury it in the sand, it would just like get all gross and raw out there, but the sand isn't pulling nutrients from it to take back into the ground because it's just a bunch of like crushed up rocks. So now that I've glued everything down, I'm gonna explain to you my beautiful work of art. So like I said, I've got the beach looking out at the ocean, and I made the sun and some clouds up here, but my favorite part is this battleship fighting this ocean insect. He's not a spider like I wanted him to be because he only has 6 legs, but they're about to have an epic battle of proportions. And once you're done gluing everything down, you want to wait a while so it dries fully. You don't want any pieces to fall off. So when I put a lot of heavy things on paper, I like to mount it on something a little more substantial. A lot of the times I'll just take a piece of a cardboard box and put it on there so it doesn't go all floppy, or like thin pieces of wood. And then you can hang it up, display it in your house, give it to someone as a gift, or just keep it for yourself. I think mine's pretty cool. I might keep it for myself. Thanks for joining us this week for Curbside Camp. I hope to see you next week for the last week of Curbside Camp.